All right, Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2024. The slates have been wiped clean. And unfortunately, it's going to take me a while to get pages going over here. This is page 8 of Corbeau. And you can see there's my pencil layer in light gray and then my ink layer. And you can see that the ink layer looks different than the pencils. Pencils are very messy. It's just how it is. Someone on my channel mentioned, I think this was Chris Kalu, I don't know how to pronounce it, about getting involved in doing digital art. Now, I don't know the context that they're asking, but I'll tell you specifically for comics, I highly recommend going digital because it gets you over the scanning issue. And what is the scanning issue? Well, you got to scan your pages to. At some point, if you're gonna publish things, you're gonna have to photograph or scan or do something with your pages. And you can say, well, everybody's got a scanner. You can just use a scanner. It's actually not that easy. It's hard to get a good scan, especially at the size that you're drawing. So there's reasons to do. If you do it all digital, then you never have to scan it. You have it in a natively digital format, and you're past that point where you have to worry about it. However, what might be concerning you, and it certainly was concerning to me, is digital art can seem. It can have sort of an artificial look to it, and the way I handle that is I use very organic looking brushes. And then it also can be a technical challenge, and the way I handle that is don't use Clip Studio Pro. I know Clip Studio Pro is the favorite, so just even saying that, probably people are like, what? Clip Studio Pro is the best. I hate Clip Studio Pro. It's too hard for me to use. Because it doesn't seem like art to me. It seems very, very technical. Like you gotta like set your canvas up, and you've gotta like understand. There's so many different tools that do all these different things and everything. So it was too difficult for me. Let's just put it that way. Whereas Procreate is admittedly simplistic. The only thing I'm really using on it is layers. Even the text is a form of a layer, it goes in its own layer. I don't use the what do they call vector people are doing these vector graphics things. They're ugly. I'm not fond of those at all. If you use vector graphics, you're wrong. At least for comics. They don't look. Vector graphics don't look right. There's a very graphic design thing. Like a graphic design sensibility going on there with the vector graphics, but I don't think they look good. They look a bit too clean to me. Now, that's just my opinion, of course. So I don't know if you notice that subtle trick there is I did a thick line that gets smaller as it's getting further away. So even just a single line can have perspective, just in one line. Things that are, so perspective, you might think it's just a system of grids in mathematics. It's not, it's really simple. It's things that are close or big, and then things that are small are far away, or things that are far are small. Just keep that in mind. And that's what the grid is just supposed to do. It's just supposed to reinforce that concept. But if you ever find yourself sort of lost and not getting this grid to come out right, you just do your best to follow the central concept. All right, is it bigger when it's closer and gets smaller as it falls? Well, then you got half the battle. Then you've got to figure out at what point does it get bigger, at what point does it get smaller, is the angle right, you know, all that other stuff. That's what the grid's supposed to be doing. And I don't know. My opinion is just do your best. There's no one way to do it. One true way. Especially for cartooning. That's another thing that I think I find very bothersome is that this is this clipboard here. Is that we're sort of in this state where we think of stuff like this as art. Big capital letter art, right? It's art. And everything must be proper in art. Here, let me fix your mistake for you. It's an art mistake. Or conversely, it's the other side. Oh, it's art, so anything goes. And neither of those positions is correct, at least for comics. Because it's not just art, quote unquote. It's cartooning. It's different. We're telling a story. And there's all kinds of ways you could do that, and that's what matters. The only way to do it wrong is to get your storytelling chops wrong. And that's what usually gets left by the wayside, is the storytelling stuff, which is sad. Oh. Monkey. It's a monkey if I ever saw one. All right, let's see. This is a complicated panel, by the way, so you can see that there's gigantic perspective shot, and these are supposed to be some war robots in the background, and then in the back, originally there was going to be a big portal, like a dimensional portal. And I still might try and draw something, but it's not that important to this scene. I think we'll show the portal in a later panel. This scene is really about showing the invasion force of war robots, guerrilla warfare. I have a feeling I did the arm wrong or the hand wrong, and I'm sure I did. It's okay. We're gonna fix it. Yeah, it comes down to storytelling. Storytelling is king. There's a great, I'll see if I can find it. I saw it posted on the Kubert Instagram page, but it was Joe Kubert's thoughts on matters of style. And it had these different characters drawn different ways, and one of them included a character with a sort of George McManus life with father eyes. This is a good way to draw eyes, I think. I think it's fine. As long as you're consistent with it, I think it's cool. You know, it had real eyes, it had regular, you know, a realistic person, a semi-realistic person. You know, so many possibilities in comics. Which is why I was very sad when I realized that I never got to see the triangle head shape of Submariner. It was pretty much over and done with by the 1940s. The triangle head shape of Submariner. So Submariner, the way, you know, the Namor, the Submariner, when he was first drawn, he had this triangle shaped head. And you could say that's just how he drew everybody's head, but it's no. If he was appearing alongside Captain America, Captain America would have a normal head, and he'd still have the triangle-shaped head. And then, you know, by the time I was reading and collecting Submariner, even the Bill Everett drawn reboot series that they did in the 60s and the 70s, he had a normal shaped head by then. I've got this wrong. I'm looking at him. I like his stance too, but I think I've got him in the wrong place. I'm gonna make him, and then we're gonna pick him up and move him around a little bit. All right, let's pick him up. I think he might need to be a little bit bigger. What if I put him there? That kind of puts him on the same plane a little bit. And then we could, by superimposing them a little bit. Now we've increased the sense of three-dimensionality, and hopefully we've even set up kind of, seems like more like these key characters are related, I hope. Let's see. Well, I've already seen my first bootleg Mickey Mouse done by Doug TeNapel, a little one-pager cartoon that he did on Twitter, or X as it is now called. I want to do one myself, except I want to do something a little bit more similar to how the characters were originally used. That is to say, plain old cartoon adventures. One thing I noticed, I just got back from Walmart, where I did some shopping, and it happened to be on the juice aisle, and in the crackers aisle too, and there's like a million Mickey Mouse themed products, like orange juice and goldfish crackers and everything else. So it's like, I don't know, this is like a last hurrah. Are they gonna say, okay, well look, we're reinforcing our trademark? Like, what's the deal there? What's happening? Something, right? Let's take a look. Well, it's starting to look like it's kind of like a room. And it's a matter of more and more details. They get those robots in there. I also tightened up a little bit of my pros here. There we go. I think the angle's a bit wrong. There we go. Stop your fooling around. Alright, let's see. Now, I think I mentioned before I wanted to increase the contrast, if you will. And the way to do that is to put a lot of black around the white. And it'll highlight my focal point, I hope. Alright, not bad, not bad. Anyways, Merry New Year. Year's already getting started off with a bit of a bang. What is it? There was a terrible stabbing in Korea. There's all kinds of terrible attacks already. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, now let's go here. There we go. So now she really stands out, which is good. And it's just a matter of getting all these details on the walls, all of the stuff. Let's start with these ceiling things. And then this one. And then this one. I'm going to screw that one up a bit because remember what I just told you about, you can use heavier line weights when it's closer. So I should do that. I should practice what I preach. Alright. Practice what you preach. Do what you say. Yes, definitely do that. All right. There's some gray. Ooh, next week I'll be in comics class again. I know I've mentioned this every episode, but I can't recommend it enough. If you're really interested in improving your skills, there's a lot you can learn from paying attention to these guys. There's also, the University of YouTube Art School, also good. All right. At the end of this, I'll probably have a comic that no one's going to read, but it's going to have incredible computers on the wall. That's what it'll be known for, if known at all. Well, it's a learning experience for me, so I don't mind. All right. Of course, many of these lines and details will be hidden by the speech bubble, so. Well, let's do a checkerboard computer. 1960s style. If you're asking what is a checkerboard computer, you have not followed this channel very closely. A checkerboard computer is just one of these 1960s style computers. I don't know, for some reason in the 60s people thought computers would have some kind of interface that would look like that. If you've ever watched like an old show, like an old sci-fi show, there would often be something inexplicable like that. Alright, that's the beginning of something anyways. Alright, what are we at? 24 minutes? Let's try and get the basics of one of these robots. That's just a piece of equipment. This is the first closest robot. I wonder if I could do like a crossover with Super Robot Iron Jack and my other characters. Might be able to. Got the gorilla stance. Robot feet. Okay. I shouldn't worry too much about what's going on with this one's foot because it's going to be completely behind. Completely behind the speech balloon. Did I make them too high off the ground or too far back? That's a good question. Maybe if I had had a more careful grid, I would know these answers. We're going to put it on a little pedestal looking thing. No, I think we're good, actually. He'll be fine. It'll be fine. Nah, it'll be fine. Alright, I can tell this is going to take a little bit of work. Oh no. The thing I don't like is... yeah, I think I was a little too wild. There we go. Just trying to draw killer robots here. And we could draw all kinds of things, like there's more cables coming down. Etc. And of course the ultimate goal is to put at least 2 more robots in this room. Like there's going to be robots all through here. The place crawling with robots. And I have a feeling I will be on this panel for a couple of days. That final panel, it's going to go quick. But this panel is going to be a couple of days of work. While I work out all the details. Alright, please like, follow, and subscribe. And there will be more Corbeau tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, and hopefully all throughout 2024. Happy New Year.